Hey, hey, beautiful people, and welcome to the Sunny Daze Podcast, a podcast that's all good vibes, some great stories, and just the right amount of magic. And I'm your host, Jolly. And let's get started, shall we? Well, our first story, actually, it's a little letter today, was sent in by Miss Ray, and where she found this on social media and wanted us to share it. Thank you very much, Miss Ray, and you're very missed, by the way. Okay, it's Dear Everyone Who Isn't a Firework. I love the title. This from an 8-year-old little girl. All right, she writes, "Hi, I'm Kayla Monroe. After age 8 3/4, but almost 9 because I'm basically tall now. I live in Chicago where the wind will knock your ice cream cone out of your hand if you're not careful. Well, anyway, I'm here to tell you what the 4th of July means to me. First of all, it means no school. That's already amazing. I don't have to do math unless it's figuring out how many popsicles I can eat before someone says, Kayla, that's enough. Usually, I'm sorry, so far, my record is 4.5 because one melted halfway. Someone likes math, it sounds like. It also means fireworks. And I'm not talking about the tiny sparkler thingies. I mean the big boom ones that make your dog hide. And my grandpa yells, back in the day, fireworks didn't sound like alien battles, which is funny because my grandpa also thinks squirrels are spies. Oh my. The 4th also means food, hot dogs and hamburgers, that weird salad with marshmallows and fruit. Auntie Pam brings it all the time, but nobody eats it. We don't tell her because she would cry. Oh, and the best part, I get to wear red, white, and blue everything. Last year, I had on a star shirt, a flag shorts, and light up shoes that blinked big like a ball with lights. My little cousin tried to do a backflip off a picnic table, and my uncle got hit in the forehead with a flying flip flop during a water balloon fight. It was so funny. I laughed so hard. Red Kool Aid came out of my nose. So basically, the 4th of July is America's birthday when everyone eats too much, runs around, and gets a little bit sunburned. It's just like a big party for everyone. Happy Boom Boom Day to America. Love, Kayla Monroe. I also win at the potato sack races. Why, thank you very much, Miss Kayla. That is a wonderful letter. And thank you again, Miss Ray, for sending that to us. And now, next up today, well, how about we do some highlights from zoos? It's summertime. Let's see who's got plans to go to the zoo. Let's do some highlights from zoos across the globe. Well, the Los Angeles Zoo launched a Wild World, a summer feature running July 1st to September 30th this year. It showcases interactive conservation stories like creatures, with live creatures like reptiles and amphibians and tarantulas in partnership with Little Ray's exhibitions. And then over by the Memphis Zoo to celebrate July 4th, they treated their monkeys and gorillas and other primates to red, white, and blue popsicles, both a festive and cooling gesture, I would say. And then the bald eagle at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, he shares the 4th of July not just with fireworks, but as her birthday or Hatch Day, adding a fitting twist to America's birthday celebration, I would say. And Zoo Knoxville is inviting the public to vote on names for 6 red wolf pups and 6 bat-eared fox kits. So that's for you, Jones. After sifting through 700 plus entries, the voting has narrowed to 5 per species. Oh, let's keep up with that and find out what happens. And then over there in Great Britain, they've released its first update since 2012 to zoo and aquarium welfare standards. There's new rules include a larger enclosure for elephants, no tethering of birds of prey, and bans on certain animal interactions. Nice, nice going. Okay, so let's stay with the zoo theme here, and let's do some Did You Know, shall we? Well, did you know the world's oldest zoo is in Vienna? It's called Schönenberg Zoo in Austria. I'm sorry, is in yes, in Austria. Opened in 1752. Yep, before the American Revolution. It started as an imperial display, and it's still running today with fancy cafe where you sip espresso right next to the panda. Fancy meets furry. I like that. You can sleep with the lions safely in the UK. At the Port Lyme Reserve in England, you can glam inside a luxury lodge with the lions literally outside your window. Talk about a wild bedtime story there. And the largest zoo by land area, did you know that was in Texas? Well, the North Carolina Zoo is the largest natural habitat zoo in the U.S., but the Fossil Rim Wildlife Center in Glen Rose, Texas, takes the cake globally with 1,800 acres where giraffes and cheetahs roam and run freely. Is that not just fantastic? Out on the range, eh? Okay, and in Singapore, there's a night safari. It's the world's first. It's open only after dark. This award-winning attraction, it lets visitors explore the rainforest by tram, or by footpath, meeting nocturnal animals while the rest of the world is asleep. Flashlights, they say, are not required. Well, also, let's come out of the zoo just a little bit and go over to this other area called the water. And what is it now? Jaws 50th anniversary. Can you believe that? Yep, just last month in June, it celebrated its 5th anniversary. So how about some fun facts about the filming of Jaws? Well, the shark, he actually had a name. It was Bruce. Yep. The mechanical shark used during filming was lovingly and maybe sarcastically nicknamed Bruce by the crew. After Spielberg's lawyer, Bruce, who was not a fan of working, he malfunctioned constantly, which led to a lot of creativity and chaos. Uh-oh, I didn't know that's where he got his name. And the shark hardly appears on purpose because old Bruce kept breaking down. Spielberg had to suggest the shark's presence without actually showing it much. Cue ominous music and the floating barrels and underwater POV shots. Turns out not seeing the shark made it even scarier. And filming was a total disaster and legend. The cast and crew called the production flaws. Behind the scenes instead of Jaws, got it? The shoot went wildly over budget, widely over schedule. It was supposed to last 55 days, but dragged on for 159 days. Spielberg thought he'd never direct again. Whoops, spoiler alert, he definitely did. And it was filmed in the actual ocean. Most water movies use tanks. Spielberg said, nah, and filmed the open Atlantic near Martha's Vineyard. That meant real waves, drifting boats, and wild lighting problems. Oh, and Bruce sinking to the bottom of the ocean. They later had to fish him out. Wow, there was a lot going on that, right? And then it was the first blockbuster ever, summer blockbuster ever. So that was the beginning of summer blockbusters. Before Jaws, summer wasn't seen as a prime movie season, but Jaws changed all that by raking in over $470 million in 1975 dollars. Wow. And inventing the term blockbuster. It also made everyone a little scared to go swimming. Wow. Yes, yes, yes. And now a music shout out. Well, just a quick shout out. I've been hearing a lot about Post Malone. I've seen his name about, and he's known as the genre bending maverick. His full name is Austin Richard Post. He was born when? July the 4th, 1995, in Syracuse, New York. He was raised in Grapevine, Texas. His shot to fame with White Inversion in 2015, debut album Stony in 2016, which featured diamond certified single Congratulations and number 4 on the Billboard 200. Wow, seemingly mixes hip hop, pop, R&B, trap, rock, and even country, later fully embracing country with his sixth album, F1 Trillion, back in August of 2024, debuting at number one in multiple countries. Oh, what a somebody. He's an entrepreneurial ventures that, and he has entrepreneurial ventures that include opening his 26,000 square foot bar, Posties, in Nashville. He just did that. He's just doing that right now. He's headlining the Esports World Cup, also happening July 10th, right now this month. Um, he's soundtrack to transformation is what it is. From viral breakthrough to Grammy nominated multi-genre powerhouse. He moves effortlessly across the styles. Each song feels fresh yet unmistakably Post Malone. And he's known for an unforgettable live moments. Even a recent on-stage tumble. He's had another just a few days ago. There was one. He bounces right back every time. So a shout out to you, Post Malone. Keep it up. And now let's get on to our Jolly Chat story, shall we? Well, since we're talking about the zoo, let's call this the day the zoo talked back. And to mention our beautiful Miss Ray for sending in our first story today, it all started on a humid Thursday morning when a Miss Ray's fourth grade class boarded bus 7 for the field trip to San Antonio Zoo. The windows fogged up with excitement. Someone already spilled apple juice, and Jordy Lopez was wearing binoculars even though they hadn't left the parking lot yet. I feel like today's going to be weird, whispered Tanya Cruz, the unofficial class psychic who once predicted a surprise pizza party and the fire drill in the same week. As soon as the bus pulled in, the class was greeted by zookeeper Gus, who wore socks with flamingos on them and said things like, "Y'all ready to roar?" way too enthusiastically. But then strange things began to happen. First, Jasmine swore the peacock winked at her, like full wink, not a flutter, a slow, confident wink. Then Malik pointed out that the elephants had whispered, "I think they're talking, but with their trunks." And sure enough, the elephants were swirling water in patterns that looked suspiciously like cursive. By the time they reached the lemur habit, things got really weird. Diego, who has always kept a granola bar in his sock, accidentally dropped one into the enclosure. The lemur scampered over, grabbed it, and held it up like from the Lion King. And then the lemur king looked straight at them and said in perfect English, "Thank you, kind traveler. The trade has been accepted. The zoo doors are now open." The kids froze. Did the lemur just do a quest in Jordy? Suddenly, their zoo maps glowed gold, and a voice echoed from nowhere and everywhere. One class, one mission. Find the keeper's key hidden in the land of the roaring beast before the final bell rings, or be trapped in the gift shop forever. Now, Miss Ray's thought the kids were just caught up in imagination. But every time she blinked, something new happened. Flamingos started breakdancing, or parrots spoken riddles, and the sloth beatboxed while handing out zoo stickers that read, "Believe." With only 2 hours on the clock, the class split into teams. Team Koala Clue, led by Tanya, decoded animal riddles at lightning speed, and the team The Jungle Jumpers followed glowing paw prints that only they could see. And the snack pack mostly just snuck animal crackers and somehow still solved the puzzle in the penguin's cave by sitting on a glowing bench. Finally, with 1 minute to spare, Malik found the keeper's key, tucked into the tusk of a stone elephant statue in the land of the roaring beast. With a flash of light, and a very dramatic jungle roll, sound probably from the giraffe DJ, everything returned to normal. No more talking animals, no glowing maps, just the faint smell of churros and sunscreen. As they walked back to the bus, each student found a little silver feather tucked into their pocket, and the zookeeper gave them all a very knowing smile. You kids ever come back, bring an extra granola bar. Lemurs love Quest. And just like that, the wildest field trip in Texas history was over. Well, mostly, because later that night, when Jasmine went to bed and turned off the light, she swore she heard a voice whisper, "The flamingos await you." The end. Or is it? All right, beautiful souls. That's a wrap on today's Sunny Days. Remember, kindness is contagious, joy is a choice, and a little bit of magic is hiding in the everyday if you're willing to look for it. So keep shining and keep smiling. And until next time, stay sunny and stay golden. And most importantly, stay you.